Hi guys, we're doing this video because a few of you have asked me how I did Rome's curls, and so I'm going to show you how to make a very kick-ass curl. It's really simple. You need a wig, some 20 gauge wire, preferably something thicker. 20 gauge does work and it's bendable, but preferably something like 24, 30 gauge would be better, but make sure it's in the right color as your some good old-fashioned rubber cement from Elmer's, some pliers, and wire cutters. So what you do first is you're going to take your wire, you're going to find the end of it first, and you're going to bend the wire in the desired shape that you want. It's not my wire, it's actually Rome's wire, and so I'm not going to waste any because then I'll feel bad. I have some other curls here. Here's the larger bottom curl, and then here's a smaller curl. This is to show you that you can do it in many different sizes. It doesn't really matter. So first what you do is you're going to take your sexy wig, and what you're going to do is cut off some of your hair. So preferably you're going to want to do something that's not on the top of the wig, because that is very noticeable when there's a giant piece of hair missing out of the wig. I'm going to give my computer some time to stop lagging. Stupid piece of crap. Derp. I think that's working now. So what we did is we cut the hairs from the very bottom of the wig. You can't even tell that we cut hair from there. But the bottom is the best place to start off with, since it's not really noticeable. But I prefer, like, when you cut the hair, it's going to be, it's going to act like hair and going to separate, and it's going to get everywhere. So I recommend to put some water, like just take some water and cold water in your fingers and rub it over the hair so it'll stick together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a tiny little itty bitty bit of hair, and you're going to add a little bit of the Elmer's glue. With Elmer's glue, you don't want to have it dripping off like that. That's bad. You want to scrape off all the excess glue on the stick and then dip it in. So really, you're just going to be using that much rubber cement. And the beauty of rubber cement is that it's, you can get it on your hands. It's not like super glue, where if you get it on your hands, you're effed. But, I'll show you. But if you get it on your fingers, don't want to get this on my bed or the cow, it'll dry relatively quickly, and then you can just peel it right off you. So, let me get this to dry, and then it's just going to end up peeling right off later. So, and then it holds the curl relatively well. So you're going to take just a tip, you're going to take a little tip of the hair and then stick it on the wire and slowly work your way up. Now, you're going to be careful, because if you might run into some trouble when you paint the hair on, because it'll start fraying and looking bad. So you just want to be super careful about this stuff. So once it dries, it's super quick when it dries, you're going to end up having a small layer of hair and wire, and then you can just layer it on, and once you're done, you take a happy layer of rubber cement and put it over the wig, over the curl. And these curls, this one and the smaller one, which has probably fallen off my bed into oblivion, I did separate from the wig, and it's recommended that you do this off the wig, because if you do get rubber cement in the actual wig hair, good luck with getting that out without having to cut it all out. So yeah, the beauty of this is that if you do mess up, you can end up pulling some of the rubber cement off. Let's see, it was with this curl that I messed up royally right around here. So, and another thing about making these curls, I'm still having problems with this, but I accidentally dropped this wig and I grabbed it by the curl, and the curl came off. And hair came off as well, but thankfully it was all still in one piece, so it was easy to glue back on. But you're going to be careful with your base, if anything. Like, you can barely tell that the hair is coming off, but this can be catastrophic and completely destroy the structure of the hair curl. So when you're done with your curls, you're going to have to get it onto the wig, and this is more difficult than anything, I think, because it's just hard to find good placement for the curl. But if you notice on the inside of the wig, there's an infrastructure that is super good for this. So with this curl, I end up putting it, still bendable, in these side ones. If you're going to do a side curl like Italy's or Rome's, you're going to put it in the side, not in the actual, like, where the hair is, but the long part right here. Once you're done, you tie it off, and you're good for that one. And then with this top curl and the smaller curl, you're going to want to put it in this. This is where the top of your head goes, and thankfully it's a whole lot stronger and easier to put curls in here. So if you're going to do like an Alfred or a Canada, it's recommended you do it in this. It's much easier, and the curl stays more stable, so it's not like flopping around every 5 seconds. It's going to stay put. So here's Rome's wig, because she couldn't come up today, and I'm lonely without her. If anything, this wig is actually a Spain wig, because no one makes room wigs at all. So we took a Spain wig and did that. So there you have it. For those who wanted to, so your questions have been answered if you asked about how I did the curl, because I'm no good at explaining things over text. So just a second. This is all I've had today, and I don't care. So remember, also about the wire, try getting something over 20. I think this is either 20 or 24, but the lower you go, the more flimsy it gets, and it's just a pain in the butt. So don't go with those. Go with something thicker. 30 or 40 would be. This is good for, it keeps the integrity, and it's also bendable. So have a good day, guys.